Good morning, everyone. How are you? I hope you're well. I hope you've had a good start to the week. I've had a lovely start to the week. Today, my assembly is a bit different to the normal assemblies I do. Normally, my assemblies are about how we can act in school, how we can learn, how we should behave with one another. But today, my assembly is about something that's happened all over the world. And today, the reason I've got the picture behind me is because today is March the 23rd, and that means that it's a year since England went into its first lockdown. We went into lockdown because of the coronavirus, and I know that you know quite a lot about it because we've talked about it quite a lot. But people like to mark anniversaries, people like to think back when things have happened a year ago. So today is that day. People all over the country will be thinking about the way that their lives have changed. We could think about the way that school has changed, the way that we have to do things differently now to how we did them before. But we also need to think about some of the sad things that have happened due to coronavirus. Coronavirus has been really serious, and it's meant that a lot of sad things have happened. A lot of people have been very unwell, and sadly some people have died. But today I wanted to talk to you about that because I wanted to think about how we can be hopeful and how we can look to the future positively, plan how to get there, and remember those people who may no longer be with us, or remember those people who may have become ill. And I think today's a good day for us to do that. Mrs. Hamilton, our librarian, has suggested a beautiful book for me to read to you, which I will read to you in a moment. In the library, Miss Hamilton's got a box of books that says books that might help a hand. And those books are all books that you might read if you're feeling a bit sad. And they help you understand that it's okay to feel a bit sad. It's normal to feel a bit sad sometimes, but how we can move forward, how we can be hopeful, and how we can look to the future positively. So that's what this assembly is about. It's about marking the March the 23rd, marking the end of what's been a very strange 12 months for the whole world, and looking to the future with hope, looking to the future positively. Okay, I'm going to start reading you the book now. Let me make myself a bit smaller, and I'm going to swap myself over to that side, and I'm going to move myself over a little bit more. There we go. So, If All the Worlds Were, and this book is written by Joseph Coelho, who is a poet but also writes books, and it is illustrated by Alison, I don't know how to say her surname, Colpoys, I think it is. And she's an artist, but she's also a designer, and you can tell because of the beautiful pages in this book. So there's the end papers, and there they are again. I'm going to make myself a little bit smaller because the text moves around on these pages. It's spring. I take long walks with my granddad. I hold his giant hand. He says, "You're too old to hold hands." We explore, hand in hand, the budding springtime. If all the world were springtime, I would replant my granddad's birthdays so that he would never get old. What a beautiful idea, replanting birthdays. It's summer. Grandad buys me a racing track. It's second-hand with missing bits. We fix what we can. We fix what we can together. We use our hands to zoom the cars up and down, up, and fire them off into deep space. If all the world were deep space, I'd orbit my granddad like the moon, and our laughs would be the shooting stars. It's autumn. My granddad makes me a notebook with handmade paper of brown and orange leaves that rustle when I turn the page, bound with ruby Indian leather string. Grandad gives me a pencil with a rainbow nib. Write and draw all your dreams. If all the world were dreams, I would mix my bright granddad feelings and paint them over sad places. It's winter. My granddad tells me tales from when he was a boy of Indian sweets and homemade toys. There are ships, snakes, and tigers in his stories. If all the world were stories, I could make my granddad better just by listening. listening, listening to every tale he has to tell. But some tales are silent. I help my mum and dad clean out Grandad's room. I find dry blue flowers between book pages, a yellow toy racing car glued to a piece of track, a length of ruby Indian leather string, a ball of silver foil from every sweet he ever ate, an open pack of rainbow-nibbed pencils. A kaleidoscope of memories. This page is absolutely beautiful. Hopefully you will have experienced before a kaleidoscope. You will have looked through a kaleidoscope and seen the images twirling around the centre. And the illustrator here has made a beautiful kaleidoscope of everything that the girl has found that reminds her of her granddad. If all the world were memories, the past would be rooms I could visit, and in each room would be my granddad. On Grandad's chair is a new notebook, newly made with spring petal paper, newly bound with a length of Indian string. My name is written on the front. It's new and empty. It was made by my granddad. So I write and draw and write and draw and write all my granddad memories inside. I write and draw lots of beautiful worlds, and all of them have my granddad, smiling and laughing, laughing, laughing. He says, "You're too old to hold hands," but I still hold his giant hand, and we explore hand in hand. And there is a picture of the girl drawing in her book. And that is the end of the story. So, I think that book is hopeful. I think that book is hopeful because it tells us how we can be hopeful even if someone we know is no longer with us. We can be hopeful because we can look to the future, we can be positive, and we can remember them by doing things that remind us of them. I hope you have a wonderful day today. I hope that you're able to be hopeful, look into the future on what is a strange day for lots of people because it is a year ago since the first lockdown. Have a lovely day. Try and be hopeful. I'm going to be wandering around as normal and I hope to see you all having a lovely time. Bye bye.